Players draw upon it to defend doggedly to overturn that fourth quarter deficit and then prevail in overtime. So the opening tip is up and it is controlled by the home team. 4 10-minute quarters of basketball to come here at the Stark Arena in Belgrade. Partizan looking to retain their perfect record against AS Monaco. Is Kevin Punter being defended by Mike James. Smilegic blowing by Donatas Motiejunas. He's lost his footing, no travel, straight into the hands of Mike James, who bags an easy steal, averaging just under 1 steal per game, Mike James at 0.9. And the crowd dialing up the decibel level on the first offensive possession of the visitors. James being defended by Punter, the marquee matchup to the 4. In the opening possessions of this fixture, Jordan Lloyd with the drive, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Yakuba Watara and Kevin Punter fighting for it. Kevin Punter initiating contact against Mike James, draws the foul as Mike James cut off the sideline. But look at the battle for possession. Yakuba Watara hitting the deck. Mike James putting a foot on the sideline to ensure that there was no avenue of escape for Kevin Punter to slide down. Punter, one of the best slashers in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, can find his way through gaps that you would think water would have difficulty penetrating. Terrific anticipation from John Brown, diving into the passing lane to deflect that basketball out of bounds. And of course, when the ball is deflected, then the offense becomes stagnant, particularly when they've got to start again and inbound from out of bounds. So deflections often an indicator, a barometer as to how much intensity a team is putting forth on the defensive end. John Brown diving into the passing lane. Remember, single season record holder in terms of steals bagged. Such a threat to spark a transition the other way. So Punter, flat pass to Zach Ledé, looks at an open three-pointer off the back iron. Good look at the basket. Alen Smilegic working the offensive glass doggedly. And his second effort drawing the foul on Jordan Lloyd. That's often such a hallmark of great rebounders. There's the first effort, but look at the second effort from Alen Smilegic. Jordan Lloyd called for the foul. That's his first. So Lloyd and Mike James with 1 foul apiece in the opening minute and 10 seconds. They go inside to Smilegic. She's got a huge size advantage over Jordan Lloyd. Double team applied by Donatas Motiejunas, and that foul on Yakuba Watara. So the 3 starting guards for the visiting team all hit with a foul in the opening exchanges here at the Stark Arena in Belgrade. Yakuba Watara joining Jordan Lloyd and Mike James with 1 foul each. Punter, feet set as a three-point shooter. Off the front rim, Bruno Caboclo runs down the offensive board. Sets a big pick for Punter. And there you see his ability to slide down the sidelines. As flexible as a well-oiled slinky toy. Look at this from Kevin Punter. And again, there's an example. The gap didn't seem to exist. But Punter finding a way down it. And with a minute and a half gone, AS Monaco now 1 foul away from finding themselves in the penalty. PJ Dozier, beautiful mid-range J from the free throw line. Partizan up by 2. And why that's even more worrying from Monaco's point of view is that Partizan are the second best free throw shooting team in the competition. Yakuba Watara, one of the best three-point marksmen in the EuroLeague, off the mark with his first look at the bucket from downtown on the corner 3. Yakuba Watara shooting at 57% from three-point territory. Couldn't get his first effort to fall. So Jordan Lloyd inbounds to Mike James. Kevin Punter giving up the baseline before shielding or showing Mike James middle, and he's drawn the foul. Elevating straight up on the rip through the attempted defensive stance of Kevin Punter. 1 foul apiece on the players featured in the marquee matchup before the opening tip. So Mike James fouled in the act of shooting. 73% from the free throw line this campaign, but he was 8 of 10 from the stripe in that 24-point explosion in round 11 Whereas a reminder, 10 of those 24 points came in the final 3 minutes at the expense of Olympiacos in a rematch of that Final Four encounter. So Mike James, 2 of 2 from the free throw line to open his account, and we are all square. 2 minutes gone in the first period. So PJ Dozier being defended by Yakubu Ouattara. The shoulder check to see what's developing. Caboclo setting screens. PJ Dozier beneath the free throw line, finding Caboclo on the roll. Zach Leday, edge of the lane, that characteristic one-handed J off the mark. Towering offensive rebound, Bruno Caboclo. Baseline fake, spins back to the middle, and Bruno Caboclo working the glass magnificently. 2 offensive rebounds in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. He puts his team up by 2 with his first basket of the night. Oh, and Yakubu Ouattara, well, wasn't the best placed pass. Mike James leaving his feet. 5.5 assists a game for Mike James, 5.3 helpers to be exact. But that one was coming on a steep downward trajectory, and it was around the belt line of Yakubu Ouattara. Mike James will know his personnel, of course, where his teammates like to receive the ball. Punter bowling over Donatas Motiejunas. Zach Leday driving on John Brown. Deep three-pointer, Kevin Punter, who lands it from downtown. Kevin Punter, remember, it was his first action since round 5 in the round 11 fixture last week. He was 1 of 5 from three-point territory, shooting at now just 5 of 23 from three-point territory. And when you consider he's a 40% shooter for his career from three-point land, that gives you an idea of the difficulties that he's experiencing. But he's the type of player that you sense just one made free three-pointer such as this could open up the floodgates and see him get back to something approaching his career average. So Bruno Caboclo called for the foul as Jordan Lloyd rotates it to Motiejunas. Motiejunas found on the roll, but he's had the basketball poked away by Alen Smailagic, and look at him race down the floor. Punter to the free throw line, bucket. Kevin Punter with 5 points in the game on back-to-back scores. His mid-range game has been working beautifully so far this campaign, shooting at 58% from two-point territory, and he demonstrated that particular talent on that second bucket. Back-to-back steals for Alen Smailagic, 2 steals in a row as Caboclo races down the floor and finishes the fast break with a one-fisted flush. It's a blistering start by Partizan Mozart. So there's a look at the round 13 fixtures that are scheduled for later this week on Thursday and Friday. And of course, all of the teams desperate to find themselves competing in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four that will take place at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in the German capital. Tickets go on sale December 19th. Yes, Monaco making it through to the Final Four last campaign, of course. But look at Alen Smailagic into the passing lane. PJ Dozier reading his options, drops it off for Bruno Caboclo, who bounds off one leg to rock the rim and give his team a 9-point lead. 4 points in the period for him already. So AS Monaco still in search of their first field goal here at the Stark Arena. There are only points coming from the free throw line. John Brown, short corner J's off the mark, and my goodness, the activity of Alen Smailagic evident once again as he rises up to rip down the defensive rebound. Kevin Punter off the mark with the J from the wing. Good look at the basket. Alpha Diallo one-on-one against Alen Smailagic. Partizan in a matchup zone. Lloyd working against Punter, uses the crosser, creates his own shot. It's short. PJ Dozier rising high to secure the defensive rebound. His first of the game. Caboclo coming to set a screen. PJ Dozier keeping his dribble alive. Into the lane, he's lost the basketball. Jordan Lloyd with a pickup. Terrific hand from AS Monaco. But then the ball deflected once more, and look at how it enables Partizan to recover. We talked about John Brown's ability to dive into the passing lanes after he deflected a pass earlier on. Partizan demonstrating that quality here. And then it's John Brown on the offensive glass. And beyond the midpoint of the first period, 5 minutes and 12 seconds gone, AS Monaco finally get their first field goal to fall. Mike James has taken a shot to the face on that daring drive through a crowded lane. Let's hope that he's okay and not too badly shaken up. So PJ Dozier to Caboclo. Now Caboclo has been called for the offensive foul because effectively that's the moving screen, walking Jordan Lloyd down the lane. Look at this. Jordan Lloyd using his experience to ensure that the officials saw the physicality he was being subjected to. But that's 2 first quarter fouls on Jordan Lloyd. AS Monaco have done an outstanding job not picking up a foul that puts them into the penalty, having picked up 4 team fouls in the blink of an eye to begin this first quarter. Partizan still with plenty of fouls to give as Mike James, hesitation, little bump to create space, long and off right. James Nunnally with the rebound. PJ Dozier down to the corner, Zach Leday into the lane, Smilagic looks at the three, proffers the fake, didn't pull the trigger. Kevin Punter, one-on-one with Alpha Diallo, Mota Yunus helping out, now scrambling, and that's a really difficult pass attempt from Kevin Punter. Left his feet and then found suddenly that he had nowhere to go. The offload well beyond the outstretched reach, even at the top of a vertical leap of the intended receiver. So James, bullet pass to the corner, Mota Yunus for 3, and he connects. Donatas Mota Yunus with a confident stroke from downtown. He's now 5 of 11 from three-point territory for the season. Brings his team back to within 4. That's a 5-0 run for AS Monaco. Front rim on the long-range shot. Zach Leday secured the offensive rebound, but it's that man again, John Brown, poking it away to make life difficult after Zach Leday used good footwork to get around him and evade the box out. John Brown, no cause, a lost one as we take another look at the corner three-pointer from Donatas Mota Yunus, despite the contest from Alan Smilagic. So Jordan Lloyd taking a seat on the sideline. Elia Kobo into action for the first time tonight. 11 points in the round 11 victory against Olympiacos last week. So PJ Dozier looking for a receiver. They go all the way out to the hash mark where Smilagic makes the reception. Punter driving on Alpha Diallo and draws the foul. So AS Monaco now in the penalty. But an outstanding job again to hang tough for as long as they did. But then, truth be told, they weren't having to defend for lengthy periods of time because Partizan was so efficient at putting points on the board during that 9-0 burst that put them up 11-2. So Kevin Punter, frustrated at having missed a free throw. See from his percentages, he's almost automatic from 15 feet away. As Mike James sees a seam, attacks, Euro step down the lane and finds a cutting teammate on that roll to the basket. Alpha Diallo with the high flying finish in heavy traffic. Poked away, and then look at players hit the deck. John Brown securing possession for his team. Peter Corneli blows the finger roll and he cannot believe it. Terrific transition opportunity created by AS Monaco's hustle. But eye level with the rim, Peter Corneli couldn't find the finish. Eliakobo to Mike James. Dozier defending, ran into a screen set by Eliakobo. Dancing his way down the lane is Mike James. Alpha Diallo from downtown, and he drains it to tie things up at 12 points apiece. So we have parity on the scoreboard for the first time since 2-2. Smilegic with an incredible reception, and then the wherewithal to make the pass to James Nunnally while flat on his back on the deck. Nunnally with the ball, with the shot clock in the red. Pump fake. Good look at the basket. Shot short and off right. So we've got a whistle on the play, foul on the ground. So Alan Smilegic called for the foul. As we take another look at the three-pointer strung by Alpha Diallo, 41% from downtown. Mateusz Panika checking into the game for his first action tonight. So too Tristan Vukcevic. So it's AS Monaco possession from the sidelines, looking to build on what is currently a run of 5 points without reply, their second 5-0 run of the first period. Akobo with the mobility advantage over Vukcevic, gets to the edge of the lane. Kemba Walker driving, kick to the corner. Corneli checks his feet, back iron on the shot. John Brown in there fighting for the offensive boards, and his presence draws a foul against Partizan. Look at the battle between he and Zach Leday down low. That's a terrific tussle for position on the offensive glass, and that foul takes Partizan into the penalty with 1:20 remaining. John Brown doing an outstanding job shooting from 15 feet away this campaign, and that consistency continues. He was a perfect 3 of 3 from the stripe in round 11. But can't get it to fall on his second attempt. Ball still loose. James Nunnally secures possession. Nunnally fakes the three-pointer, drives baseline, goes up strong and finishes with a right-handed layup off the glass. And that puts Partizan up by 1, less than a minute to play. So that breaks the run of 6 points without reply posted by Partizan. Diallo dumps it down to John Brown. Size advantage over punter. Turnaround Jay's off the back iron. Working the offensive glass is Alpha Diallo. Corneli has just clobbered Tristan Vukcevic down to the floor. And that will be a foul on Peter Corneli. So Corneli called for his first. So by going 1 of 2 on his last trip to the free throw line, John Brown saw his run of consecutive made free throws come to an end at 7 over the course of the last 4 games, including this one. Tristan Vukcevic to the free throw line. He's a perfect 8 of 8 from the stripe so far this campaign. Kevin Punter taking a well-earned breather. So there's confirmation of the perfect form from 15 feet away. Tristan Vukcevic extends his perfect start from the free throw line this campaign. He puts his team up by 3. It's a 1-possession affair. Eliakobo checking things. Panika giving him room, checking the shoulder to see where the screen's coming from. Eliakobo working the dribble. Panika staying down low. That's terrific footwork from Eliakobo, who's blown a layup. Terrific offensive rebound, John Brown, and now the shot clock turned off as the duel between Eliakobo and Mateusz Panika resumes in the closing stages of the first. Blows by him with the dribble. Double clutch reverse layup attempt is off the mark.